My name is Coral Schultz, and I'm going to be discussing what interdisciplinary teaching within middle and high school classrooms may look like specifically for English language arts. In 2018, I did an independent study on what interdisciplinary teaching is, but ever since then, I wanted to further my research to understand the positives and negatives. Interdisciplinary teaching is a way to teach methods, place-based pedagogy, and ideas to collaborate between different disciplines. This collaboration within classrooms allows for different instructional strategies and enables common themes to be promoted within varying disciplines and pedagogies. Different research questions that I'm going to be focusing on is interdisciplinary teaching more effective than other classroom settings? What challenges and successes do middle and high school teachers see? What are the responsibilities as an ELA teacher, and what do students learn about ELA during the process of interdisciplinary teaching? Whether it is working with two different educators, two different disciplines, or combined lessons, sociocultural theory allows for pedagogy to be changed in order for disciplines to be collaborated and combined. Lev Vygotsky described the zone of proximal development, which defines the difference between what a child can do independently and what they can do in collaboration with others. Research is broken into 4 different sections to understand the idea that interdisciplinary approaches can be effective but also have challenges. With this idea, different articles have helped explain the successes a middle school teacher can have within school while incorporating interdisciplinary teaching and collaborating different pedagogies and disciplines. Middle school can be a hard time for students, especially being social with peers. With traditional approaches to teaching, lecturing, group discussions, and strictly teaching your core subject does not allow students to work with their peers to expand their knowledge and learning. However, interdisciplinary teaching can affect students' perceived levels of social bonding with their peers. Aside from collaboration engagement with social bonds in a middle school, interdisciplinary teaching can also allow students to grow as learners, connecting to their lives outside of the classroom. With integration of curriculums, it can provide students meaningful opportunities to connect to learning in and outside of school. Interdisciplinary teaching can be difficult to teach due to challenging, exploratory, integrative, and relevant curriculum for middle school students. In fact, in Wallace's study, he found that based on social relations with a small team size, it can create greater opportunities for student social bonding, even though it does not necessarily increase them. Not only is interdisciplinary teaching effective in middle schools, but high schools as well. With high demand of teacher accountability, ELA teachers who use interdisciplinary teacher will foster more collegial environments, more opportunities for teacher collaboration and knowledge sharing, better coordination of instructional efforts, and greater involvement in instructional decisions. Diving into more than one subject, especially history and ELA, can immensely build connections and engagement. They also have increased the amount of student writing and the use of original texts in classes, and also students' attitudes, engagement, and motivation, which is extremely important. I found that the biggest responsibility and accountability for an ELA teacher while teaching interdisciplinary teaching is to collaborate with other disciplines, but also to connect the standards. Students meet more of the Common Core standards with reading and writing because it allows for more analytical and argumentative opportunities. Teaching with different approaches or methods to teaching can be intimidating, time-consuming, and unappealing to teachers because incorporating more standards and subjects can cause unsuccessful classroom communities and learning. Another problem could arise if you don't like your teacher, which could cause tension and disagreement, making students feel uncomfortable. This study draws on qualitative data and interviews in order to understand the purpose of interdisciplinary teaching in middle and high schools' English language arts classrooms. All 4 of these secondary and middle school teachers that I interview are crucial for the study because they both represent teaching to whether or not interdisciplinary teaching is effective in classrooms. Throughout this study, I interviewed 4 different teachers, 2 middle school ELA teachers, and 2 high school ELA teachers. They are both relatively close in school districts, and I interviewed 2 teachers that use this approach and 2 teachers that don't use this approach. Kathy is a middle school teacher who uses interdisciplinary teaching in a school within a school. Kathy explained that using this way of teaching, she has seen behavior take care of itself because students are engaged with one another and the subjects. She explained that collaboration is a key part of their team in order to see each other's level of quality of work. However, challenges can stem from not having a solid basic grammar, writing, and reading. Sally is a middle school teacher who does not use this approach to teaching, but she finds it effective because it allows for overlap to help connect subjects and their ideas outside of school. She said it can be challenging, though, to connect to other Common Core standards with another content teacher. Amy is a high school English teacher who does not use this approach to teaching, and she explained that the biggest thing with interdisciplinary teaching is the ability to teach relevance, themes, sources, and texts connecting to the standards. She said it can be hard, though, with non-regulated interdisciplinary teaching program, just like her school does not allow her. James is a high school teacher that uses this approach to teaching, but he says it is effective because it allows him not to quarantine himself to ELA. He says that having another set of eyes in the classroom is extremely helpful, but he said he would not throw two random people together because it can cause tension because he is with the other teacher over 10 hours a week together. The purpose of this study is to see what interdisciplinary teaching looks like in ELA classrooms. I found that it's really interesting, and I found that you can connect standards together and you can also connect different disciplines such as math and English. Obviously, there are challenges, but you can connect with personal connections. There is a high success rate. You get interactions, engagement, socializations, and you create diverse opportunities for students. So I hope this helped, and I hope you can use interdisciplinary teaching in your classroom one day. Thank you so much.